Hey everybody, Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we catch up with our coaches this week as they get ready to head out to Kansas City for a road trip against William Jewell and Rockhurst. And joining us is our women's head basketball coach, Collin Lanam. And, Collin, last couple weeks, a lot of positives, a lot of things to work on, kind of talk about what you and your staff have kind of seen over the last couple weeks since we talked last about how everything's gone.
I would say the biggest thing for us is we've had some growing opportunities. With a pretty inexperienced team, you need to have those moments. And so I was really proud. Especially Tuesday against Quincy was a tight game. Gave us the opportunity. First thing I said in the locker room is this was a great night from the sense that we learned a lot of tough lessons in a win. And when you can combine those two, it's a great night. And we did. We learned a lot. We came back on Thursday, went to their place and played very well. The things that we struggled with against them, we were able to come back and fix. And I think a lot of that just comes to reps and experience. I've been fortunate the past couple of years to have quite a few, minutes coming back each year. And so, they're able to take what we do and just kind of put it into play. And so right now we're learning those things. We've got a senior on our roster that's in her second year. We've got a couple of juniors that are coming back from some injuries, and then we're all first and second year players. So it's just the chemistry's there. We're still learning a little bit, but just kind of learning the overall philosophy, where to be in different situations. And it's tough when you don't get to work against those things, and, haven't been zoned a lot this year. So when we get zoned hard for 2 games, it takes some of those younger kids some time to figure out. And it's giving our upperclassmen a chance to see that they need to lead a little bit more, and they need to, direct traffic and put people where they need to be successful. So from that standpoint, it was good. Saturday was a tough one as always. Just trying to get over that hump against Truman. They've had our number for the past couple of years here. So, hopefully things work out in our favor and we can get to see them again in the conference tournament and play a full 40 minutes. I think first time we played them, we played a solid 20. This past game, we played a solid 30, 35. We need to put 40 together against a tournament caliber team like that.
I think one of the big things too, and it was great to see her back out on the court last week, was getting Taylor Kirby back and going. And boy, did she come in, and you could tell that she was ready to go the way she came out of the gate last week for us. I mean, just a terrific week for her.
Yeah, and to Taylor's credit, she's very hungry, and when she can get out there and just play, she lets all the noise in the background kind of out of her vision. So it was great to see her come out, play with some reckless abandonment at times where, she might not have been that way even a couple weeks ago. So, that's the thing we have to remember as we're talking with Taylor is, she's been playing live for 2 weeks out of the past 14, 15 months. And so to see her come out and have the production that she had is great. We know what kind of effort we're going to get from Taylor, and that's what's been special about her and why she's been as productive as she has been for us in this time. So it's been great to see her kind of get that hard work rewarded.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing too is, and you mentioned, about some of the first and second year players. I mean, and you're getting some good minutes out of, a lot of those, Fear Day and, Rolfus and, Mulvaney. I mean, you're getting some quality minutes out of those guys when you need them the most.
Right. And the hard part for me right now is just knowing who is where on what day from a mental standpoint. The thing I think for us and what I talk to them about is your minutes come from my trust level in you as players, that you're going to be able to go out and perform. You're going to make mistakes, and I'm okay with that. We don't spend time, being concerned with, okay, we're going to teach you through those, but, very rarely are you going to get pulled because you made a mistake. Now you keep making it 4 or 5 times, then we've got some issues and we've got to readdress that. But it's just kind of who's on top of it that day and who's where we need to be. So, Kate played some really big minutes for us against Quincy the first night. Olivia Castens is doing a great job since she's jumped into our starting lineup. And I think everybody's starting to kind of figure out what their roles are. And that's what we have to do as a staff is just continue to evaluate what lineups are working best for us. Teams are kind of changing up what they're doing against us. So it's not like, there's a cookie cutter substitution pattern. Who's on that day, who's defending well, who's, really, I think our defense has been what's been our catalyst. If we can defend well, we can score. And so we've put a lot of emphasis on that defense. So I think this week is going to be a good test of that for us, especially going over to William Jewell, a team that plays fast, likes to get up and down, very guard heavy, very skilled team. We want to make sure that we're playing well on both ends. We know if we get into an up and down game from the offensive end, we're going to be fine. We can score. But can we get the stops on the other end to propel that transition offense? If we're just taking it out of bounds every time, it slows us up. Let's get some stops. Let's get some defensive rebounds, get it and go.
No doubt. Let's talk about this weekend. Obviously, with the road trip out to Kansas City, William Jewell and Rockhurst. I know, you've had a chance to see some stuff on William Jewell. They play fast. They're well coached. Got some great athletes. And Rockhurst is Rockhurst. They're going to try and grind you. They're going to try and slow the pace down a little bit and try and work the half court offense. What have you seen to get ready for this coming weekend?
It's been a lot about us, to be honest. Rockhurst actually hasn't played a lot since the first half of the year. I think they've only played, maybe once or twice since we've been back from the winter break. So we don't have a ton to go off of there. But like you said, Larry does a great job in coaching those girls up. They're smart. His offenses are very well executed. He gets skilled kids that can shoot the ball. And they've got a very, very talented freshman class coming in this year. But freshmen click at different times. And so you can't necessarily, judge them based off of their previous games. If you're the game that it all clicks for them and they come out firing on all cylinders, they're going to be really good. And so, we've spent a lot of time really kind of trying to get into the details of what we do, because I feel like our defensive philosophy, when it's executed properly, has been good for us. We're going to give some things up, and I think we've conceded a couple pieces of that. Not saying that we're just going to give up the fight, but we know where our bread and butter is, and we've got to get better at a few bigger picture items to continue to make us competitive come into the conference tournament.
No doubt about it. Well, thanks so much for the time. Good luck this weekend, and can't wait to get you guys back in the Simon Center next week for a 3-game homestand.
It'll be nice to be back home for sure.
No doubt about it. Thanks so much, buddy. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Collin Lanam, our head women's basketball coach, joins us. And once again, Thursday night, they'll head out to Kansas City to take on William Jewell. That'll be a 5:15 start. You'll be able to catch all the action on the GLVC Sports Network. And then they'll go to downtown Kansas City on Saturday to take on Rockhurst. 1 o'clock start. Once again, that game will be on the GLVC Sports Network. Once again, no fans permitted. But the network will have coverage, and we'll have wall-to-wall coverage for you on our social media feeds, MaryvilleSaints.com. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.